Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trev and Lev show right here on YouTube.com, where we talk SEC, Tennessee, and everything CFB. I'm Trev. He's Lev. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and today it's the Big Orange preview. It is Tennessee and Oklahoma. Josh Heupel's former team comes to town. Arc mode confirmed. 7:30 kick. Huge game to start off this end of season stretch here for Tennessee. And yeah, Levi, I'd like to get in right here, start talking about the meaning of the matchup. I kind of mentioned it already. Josh Heupel's former team. What this game meant last year to him. I can only imagine what it would mean this year to get a big win in front of your home crowd.
I mean, it means a lot for a lot of reasons. One, I think honestly, it means more to Heupel, not because it's his old team, but because this game is required to make it into the playoffs. You have to win this game, and that's kind of how Tennessee's going to be from here on out. Every game is the biggest game on the schedule from now on, because if you don't win, you're out of the playoffs. So it's kind of a win or die situation here for Tennessee. Now, the only game left on the schedule where it's a guaranteed win is New Mexico State. You got three tough games coming up other than that, and they're all winnable games. I think Tennessee will be favored in all three, um, personally, but they're going to be difficult games. So I think that means a lot, and I mean also the fact that Heupel played for Oklahoma and was a coach there who got fired. I think that means a lot
Yep.
too. He wants to win this game. He's a competitive guy. Um, so it's going to mean a lot to him, and I think Tennessee comes out of it with a victory. Personally, we'll get more into that, but yeah.
Tennessee with a 63% chance to win the game right now, favored by 3.5 points, over under set at 56.5. Those lines will change as the week goes on. Um, yeah, huge game, dark mode, very fun. It's gonna be a very good atmosphere. Uh, and I think atmosphere is gonna play a huge role in this one against Oklahoma. I don't think they faced anything like this all season. I'm trying to think. Going back here before we get into key matchups, has Oklahoma played a true road game? I could be wrong on this, but
Hmm.
you
Where?
pull up. Let's see.
Yeah. Who've they played?
Let's let me pull up their schedule real quick.
My.
Uh,
Let's see. I got it
yeah,
up now.
yeah. So look at that. At South Carolina, that was a noon kickoff, and then Texas was a neutral site, and it was in Dallas. But it's always a neutral site, right? So no true road game here. They played South Carolina noon, like I mentioned. Um, this is a whole different atmosphere, whole different environment, and they've got Alabama next week at Alabama as well. Yeah, they've not played in anything like this yet so far this season. Mateer has not played anything like this in his whole career. Coming over from Washington State. Um, and yeah, let's kind of get into key matchups right here. Your first key matchups of the game, something to keep an eye out for, something that Tennessee needs to win in order to win this football game.
The the. I mean, I'm sure it's what you're gonna say, so I'm not gonna say what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna first talk about the DBs of Tennessee versus Mateer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you can you not let Mateer beat you? He's hurt, but are you gonna make him look like he's a Heisman candidate, even though he's got a broken hand? I think that's gonna be a key matchup. I'm gonna bet you're gonna say I'm gonna let you do it, but I'm gonna bet you're gonna talk about the line, like the line matchup, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I think actually it was the first key matchup I had written down here.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's our offensive line versus their defensive line. Uh, this is the best defensive line in the country, I believe. This is a top three defense in the country overall. And our offensive line, I mentioned it in the Kentucky reaction show, has been inconsistent and not great in pass protection the past 2 weeks. We've also really struggled running the ball, and that's against Alabama and Kentucky, whose both defensive lines are marginally worse than Oklahoma's is. I'm really gonna be really interested to see what the game plan is because I know we're gonna try to stick with the run here. Um, but I'm interested in the pass game because I think this severely is gonna affect the pass game. I think you're gonna find out real quick if we can block Oklahoma, and if we can't, it's gonna be a lot of short passes, right? A lot of short passing game. That's gonna hurt us significantly compared to obviously against Kentucky. The deep pass game was kind of what got us out to that big lead and put that game away. If they're able to get to Joey Aguilar, then that takes away the deep pass because he's not going to have time to throw it, right? So we're going to have to figure some way how to scheme up a protection to give Joey time to make big throws because we're going to need to make these big throws to win this game. And then at any point, if you have a lead, we've got to be able to run the ball, right? And so that's just going to be another interesting part aspect of the whole offensive line situation. We haven't been able to run block that well. I would even say all season. It doesn't matter who we've played. So yeah, that's gonna be huge. And just one more thing about pass pro, it's just Joey Aguilar has shown this season not great under pressure. Most QBs aren't. He made one big throw under pressure. He got smacked against Kentucky right after he made a big throw. But I think he's made a lot of mistakes. He's taken dumb sacks. Um, he's thrown the ball in harm's way. We've got to be able to give him protection in order to win this game.
I
I'll
think
just throw it back to you.
there has been times where he's been able to get out of the pocket though, and
The
uh,
speed of their ends is something that he hasn't faced yet this season.
yeah,
I'm just a little bit worried for him. We're really gonna have to get the short pass game going. I think that's what starts opening everything up for it.
yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I'll let you go with your next matchup.
Um, I think will we be able to stop them defensively? Just overall, will we be able to get to the quarterback? I think our defensive line matched up with their offensive line is gonna be interesting. I'm not really sure how good their offensive line is. But we need to get to Amit or not Amit to Matir. Sorry, I was thinking about basketball for a
Their
second.
offensive line is not good, by the way.
Yeah, so we should be
It's like
able. You need to get to the quarterback. Do not give Matir time. He's got a broken hand still. He's recovering from. You got to get to him. Make him make mistakes. He's got just as many interceptions on the year as Aguilar. So put him in situations where he's going to throw an interception. I think that's going to be big and key.
yeah. So I kind of I don't know. My next key matchup here is kind of the our wide receivers versus their DBs. Kind of what I mentioned a little bit before. We had huge plays against Kentucky. Three receivers combined for about 350 yards. They're gonna have to get open and they're gonna have to catch the ball when they do. Uh, we're gonna have to make big plays on the outside. Also, kind of going back to their schedule real quick, I wanted to talk about the best offense they've played. Because it's not great. Um, you might pull out their schedule. Let's see. So Michigan can't throw the ball, right? Auburn can't throw the ball. Texas can't throw the ball. South Carolina can't throw the ball. Ole Miss, obviously, best offense they played. I didn't think they looked like perfect against Ole Miss. I think that Chambliss was ever able to hit big plays on them. Um, I think we will be able to make plays. I think it really does come down to the offensive line protection, like I mentioned already. But I mean, looking at the best offense they've played, it's Ole Miss, and that's about it. So I mean, you never know at home. There's going to be opportunities. We got to take advantage of those, though.
Yeah, the crowd definitely needs to get in it. I think they can make a big difference in this game if the home crowd gets loud and just messes with Mateer because I they haven't played in a crazy environment all year. either. Um,
Yeah.
Mateer was at Washington State. The only school that he might have played that had a good environment is I don't know if he played Oregon or Washington. Those are probably good environments, but I don't even know if he played against them at
Hmm.
home or at Washington or at Oregon. I don't know his history at Washington State because that's where he came from, right? Washington State, right?
Yeah. Washington State. Yep.
I don't know the history of who he's played and where he's played, but I would be willing to bet this is going to be the craziest environment he's ever been in as a player. So make
Hmm.
him feel that. Make it hard for the fans who are going to be at the game. If you're watching this and you're going to be at the game, make it hard for Mateer to make plays. You are a part of this if you're at a game. I think that's one of my favorite things about college football is if you're in attendance at the game, you play a role in the outcome of the game. Um, you can affect what's going on the field. Maybe not you individually specifically, but you along with the collective audience there impacts the game. So just be loud and be there, and I think that can really help Tennessee. I think the crowd could give Tennessee a three like give Tennessee at least three to 7 points, um, in some way or another. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I think that's also part of the reason why you're favored by 3.5. Right. Is the home field advantage. I mean, that's probably like without home field advantage. I think this game's probably a toss up. On a neutral site. So that you get the 3.5 because of the crowd noise. Before we move on to keys to victory, I also want to throw in one more key matchup, and you've already touched on it, but it's Mateer versus the defense versus our defense. Um, th- I'm not as high on Mateer as I was at the beginning of the season. It could be because of the thumb injury. I really thought he was an elite playmaker. I thought he could throw really well. I thought he could run. I thought he could do it all. He's been really inaccurate with the football the last couple weeks. Also, like I said, due to the thumb, most likely. But he's basically their whole run game. He's their playmaker. He basically has to play hero ball for them to score. And what I mean by that is he's gonna have to make throws that are really risky, and we really need to take advantage of that. We really need to cause a couple turnovers. He will be susceptible to throwing interceptions. He's susceptible to strip sacks and all that stuff. We're gonna have to take advantage of that. And also another thing, I kind of took notes during that Ole Miss Oklahoma game, just watching that one. I kind of thought that he wasn't good on schedule, if that makes sense. He was better under pressure because he was able to escape the pocket and make plays with his legs or make throws on the run, broken plays. I feel like he wasn't that great sitting in the pocket and just throwing the ball. He was not accurate with it. So it'll be interesting to see what Tim Banks does here. If he decides to bring pressure, if he just tries to drop, seven, six, seven guys or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. We a lot of scores they had in the Ole Miss game were big plays, and we obviously let up big plays against Kentucky. Have a lot of speed on the outside at wide receiver. So yeah, it'll be just interesting to see how we match up with that.
Yeah, I
Y-
agree.
Your first your first key to victory here.
Um, I about said score more points. That is one of them. Uh, do score more points to win.
That is good,
Um,
yeah.
I think if the defense has a decent day, we win. And when I say decent, I mean just
Yes.
uh, if they don't score more than 30 points, I think Tennessee wins,
Okay.
guaranteed. Um, I think that's
Okay.
a decent day for this defense's standards. I think defense gets off on third down. I think if they can get off the field on third down, we win the game. Or make turnovers. I think that's the key to winning is getting turnovers and getting off on third down on defense. I think those are the two keys I would say. Because I
Mine kind
think,
of goes back to what you were saying. Yeah, go ahead.
well, I think the offense is going to score.
You think
Just
so?
can
Even on
just
this defense?
maybe not. I mean, they're not going to score 56 points. I don't think that's
Mm.
happening. But they're going to score in the 30s, maybe 40s. I mean,
What's the
I
magic number for the offense?
What do I think they need to win?
Yeah,
Like 30,
like
35 points.
35.
35. I think they score more than 35 points. They win. I think, personally, that for sure.
I
I
would
mean,
agree with that completely. I just don't. It's really hard to see me. It's really hard for me to see us getting there. I mean, Ole Miss only scored 34.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, our offense is very comparable to Ole Miss. I think we're very similar. As in, I think
I think we're a
we're
better
both.
offense.
You can make an argument for that. Yeah, I think we have better receivers than
I
they do.
think we have a better offense, but they just have a way better defense than us, so they're a better team.
Sure. Yeah, my first key to victory is kind of what you were talking about earlier. It involves the crowd, which is build momentum. Like keep the crowd in the game, keep momentum going. There's been a lot of moments this year where the offense has struggled to score points after a big defensive turnover. Like we got to if you build momentum in this game, like especially at home, that just puts the other team to bed. Like that puts the game out of reach. You keep building momentum, you don't let up. And that kind of connects to my next key to victory, which is keep the foot on the gas for 60 minutes. Um, we saw it against Kentucky. We didn't really talk about it much in the reaction show, but Heupel did a great job of never letting up. Even that last drive, we could have scored there at the very end. There was no point at that point, but he didn't treat it like we just are just gonna sit here run out the clock. He put his foot on the gas and kept it there. And you have to do that, especially if you build a lead. It just connects directly to building momentum. Um, and then my last key to victory is something you already mentioned, which is turnovers. Very similar to that. Force Mateer to make mistakes. Turnovers, sacks, inaccurate throws, whatever it is. That could even involve the crowd. Just force him to make mistakes. If you force him to make mistakes, which he has been very susceptible to do this year, eight touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Very susceptible, inaccurate throws. You make him make mistakes, you win this game.
Force mistakes and get points from those mistakes, whether that be by the defense getting points from the turnover, or offense scoring right after. That's big because that's 7 points on top of them not scoring. So 7 or 3 points, I guess. So I think that's key to because I think that's been a problem a lot this season. Is we get the defense gets a big turnover and then the offense comes out flat. So we need that not to happen.
Your impact player for this game, you could go offense and I'll take defense.
I mean, Brazel. Brazel needs to have another good game. I think if he has a good game where he's getting open and catching the balls, I think we're gonna have a good night. Because Joey, I think, is gonna be on the money. If he has somebody open, so Brazel just needs to get open quick and separate himself from the DBs, and I think that's gonna be very impactful for this game if he can have a good night.
I'll go with Arion Carter. I'm assuming he's going to play this week. Do you know anything about that yet?
No, I don't personally.
I'm pretty sure he's going to play this week. Um, if it's not him, it's another linebacker. But he's kind of the captain of this defense. He's kind of the quarterback of this defense. We really need him to make big plays. And pass defense and the run defense, but also containing Mateer is going to be imperative. We got to get into the ground. I think Arion Carter is a physical player. I think he plays fast, and I don't think he always plays smart. We really need him to step up in a big way and lead this defense to get big stops in this one for us to have a chance to win this game.
Him and Spillman and T
Yep,
Lander need to have good games.
and the freshman. I don't remember what his name is, but yeah. And as we kind of wrap up the show here, your thoughts on a score prediction?
This is tough. I honestly, I think it might be a similar score to the Ole Miss Oklahoma game. I think Oklahoma will score like 24, 28. I'll go with 24. we'll be optimistic for the defense. Tennessee 38.
38-24 is our final.
Yeah, I feel good about this game because it's at home. I
Mhm.
just don't think Oklahoma's gonna keep it super close. I think it's gonna be close for most of the game, and I think Tennessee's gonna pull away at the end. Um, 24-38 is my prediction.
I'm gonna go 31-21, kind of along the same lines you're thinking here. I think my magic number is kind of if Tennessee scores 30, they win, and I think the defense can step up in this one. Uh, I really do think it's a two-score win. I don't know why I'm so confident in this, but the more I've watched Oklahoma this season, the more I've like realized how bad that offense is, and just even though the defense is good, one of the best in the country, I think you can only hold on for so long. They've also not played in a road environment like this, and they haven't played an offense as good as ours. And Ole Miss, who is very comparable, scored 34 last week on the road. So yeah, I'm gonna go 31-21 Tennessee with a victory at home. And with that, we would like to thank you all for tuning in to this episode. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content surrounding Tennessee, SEC, and everything college sports. Again, I'm Trev. He's Lev. And this was the Trev and Lev Show right here on YouTube.com. We'd like to catch you on the next one.
Peace.